Welcome to LIS754 Systems Analysis and Design, and in this session we are going to have an overview of security. We're going to define security, we're going to think about the primary components of security and threats to security. We're going to look at briefly the life cycle of security, think about privacy, which is somewhat different than security, but certainly related. And then we're going to think about the specific mechanisms that we can implement in our systems to keep them secure. Why do we care about system security? We care for a number of reasons. One is that information is a strategic asset and an operational asset to an organization. What do we mean by that? Sometimes information is the product that we sell. So if you had seen those videos that I have on Canvas about security breaches, one of those, several of those examples talk about the strategic assets of the organization. So at Adobe, when source code, that is the underlying code that makes their product work, so Photoshop, PDF creation and management, and reading software, all of that, that's their product. Their product was compromised because of a security breach. Sony had strategic information released, as well as operational issues. So Target, it was a strategic issue too, but they also lost operational time. People stopped trusting in them and stopped going. They had to stop using credit cards for a period of time during the Christmas rush. Holy cow, what an important, how completely important that information was to them. And we've seen the consequences and the damage that security breaches can cause. For every breach that you hear about in the newspaper or on television or through whatever media you use, there are hundreds more that you don't ever hear about. And it's because networking and distributed systems makes this super easy, much easier to do. So when back in the old days, when there were just mainframe computers connected to dumb terminals and it was all within a confined space, you couldn't access the computer systems outside of the building, data was much more secure. You could certainly walk away with it but you had to really know what you were doing. But now, when all the computers are connected to the internet, so that I can get from my computer to virtually any computer in the world, it makes accessing information much easier. And so this is why we think about security for our systems, to make sure that the data that we have, the processes that we run, are secured and only are accessed by the people who are supposed to access them.